Every 20 pulls of the hacksaw, the prisoners had to pause their work and cautiously listen to the surroundings. Soon, the bars were sawed through. They then climbed through a window into the basement and began searching for an exit. However, all the gates were locked. At that moment, one of the men noticed a pile of discarded window latches. The iron bolts could be sawed off and fashioned into a key. Just then, however, they heard footsteps signaling an approaching alert. To avoid detection, the two men stacked themselves in a human tower and slipped behind a pillar, narrowly escaping notice. After the guards left, they resumed sawing the iron bolts. Before long, the bolts were severed, and they used them to unlock an iron door, successfully reaching the sewer. Unfortunately, it was sealed with thick cement, impossible to break through with ordinary tools. Yet the adjacent wall was fragile. A little force could peel off the plaster. The man estimated that it would only take a few days to dig through. After marking the location, they quickly returned the way they came, as the guards were about to conduct another check. Fortunately, they made it back just in time. After disguising the scene, they lay down on their beds. Although the guards didn't notice anything unusual, the experience made them realize that losing track of time underground would eventually lead to discovery. To keep track of time accurately, they pretended to go see the doctor and stole 2 glass bottles. They also secretly collected some sand in their pockets while the guards weren't looking. Unfortunately, they were caught, but when the guards realized it was just sand, they let them off. They soon fashioned a simple hourglass from the bottles. After testing, they calibrated it to measure roughly half an hour, giving them a precise way to track time. At night, the two returned to the sewer with their tools. They placed the hourglass and marked a circle on the wall, then began chiseling. The cement proved to be of very poor quality, and they quickly removed a large section of plaster. Every half hour, they would return along the same path to switch shifts with their companions. However, after 3 days, an unexpected situation arose. While preparing to switch shifts, a guard came for an inspection. The man had to temporarily cover the hole with clothing. The inspection was triggered because the steel saw in the storeroom was missing. The guards began searching the area, and the men were terrified as they approached the hole. At that critical moment, a guard from the neighboring search called out to the inspector, and the team eventually left. The prisoners could finally relax. They realized they had to accelerate their work to avoid discovery. A week later, the wall was finally breached. They traveled through the sewer for a long distance and eventually discovered a ladder. Lifting the manhole cover revealed at last the world outside the prison.